Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Chelsea have smashed Nottingham Forest 3-0 at the City Ground as they inflict another defeat at Forest and continue their bad start to the season. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. I mean, it was quite an entertaining game, to be very honest with you, and the scoreline is not going to reflect that. It is going to say that, Chelsea had a really good game. But if I'm being very honest and if I'm being fair to Forest, I think they had a really good game as well, and they were just not really able to, score those goals. I think the first half, in my opinion, they were the better side in that first half. They played really good football. They had, they had a control of the game. They were creating chances as well. But they really lacked that finishing touch. I think the first 15 to 20 minutes, if I'm being very honest with you, I really don't think, either of the teams really stepped up. Either of the team really took their chances. I mean, it felt like both of them were quite reserved, but the game, sort of started to open up, and then you started seeing those chances. And I think Forest had a couple of good chances, but Chelsea came back into the game. At the end of that first half, it looked like Chelsea were going to be the team that was end up going to scoring the goals. But the first half finishes 0-0. But going into the second half, it just felt like Chelsea were commanding the game. They had a lot of they looked more in control, they looked more calm, and it looked like they were the more confident side. Second half comes in, Chelsea go ahead and they score an early goal, and it becomes 1-0, and that changes the complexion of the game. And then within 4-5 minutes, Pedro Neto scores that a free kick, and that basically, in my opinion, kills the game. And Nottingham Forest tried really hard in that second half. They had Chelsea on the ropes, if I'm being very honest with you. I mean, they created 4 or 5 good chances, but they were just not really able to put the ball in the back of the net. I think Robert Sanchez had a really good game. He made really crucial saves as well. They had goal line clearances. They hit the goal post as well. It was just one of those days where the ball was not really gonna go back into the in the back of the net. For Forest, you have games like this where you play really good, but the things are not working for you. The football goals are not really on with you, and it was one of those games for Forest where they tried everything they could have, but they were not really able to do it. And in the end, a sucker punch against James on the opposite side, on the scores from a corner, and becomes a 3-0, and that was game done and dusted. And Forest, yet another defeat, yet to win a game under Ange Postecoglou. I'm gonna go ahead and say, there's a term that we often use, don't fix something that isn't broken. And I think Amarinakis, the owner, is gonna be looking at what's happening right now, and maybe he's again gonna be thinking, why did I go ahead and sack Nuno Espirito Sanchez, because they were fantastic last year with Nuno. They started the season very good with Nuno, but they go ahead and they sack him without any reason. They bring in Postecoglou because they wanted to play explosive brand of football. Well, you are playing explosive brand of football, and even though they look really good, they are playing good football, they are not getting the result, and you could see it in today as well. I mean, it was not really happening for them, was it? They had a good a good patch of that second half. I mean, 10-15 minutes, I would say 10 minutes in the first half, and maybe 15 to 20 minutes in that second half, where Chelsea were really on really struggling, and Forest had them on the ropes, as I said before. But apart from that, they never looked really convincing on the ball. They never really looked that threatening. Chelsea, they scored the goal. Chelsea were not really good. I'm gonna come to Chelsea later on, but if I were talking about Forest, I mean, it's your home stadium. You are coming after an international break. You are the home side. Chelsea have been struggling. They really need the win if they really want to have the hopes of some sort of a title challenge, or they want to finish in that top 4. They really need that win. But Forest, last year's Forest, I think they win this game, if I'm being very honest with you. But this year's Forest, they really did not put Chelsea under a lot of pressure. They really did not make things hard for Chelsea. In fact, they made things hard for themselves. I mean, it is not really working out for Forest at the moment, and Postecoglou really needs to do something quickly. If you are coming back after an international break, and you have had a 2 weeks rest, most of your players did not really go for the international duty, and you still are performing like that. I mean, it is a worrying sign if you are Forest fans, especially you are in Europe as well. So it is going to take a toll on you, and I think it's going to be a long season for Forest. And I would not be surprised if they have another manager by the end of the season. I can really see Postecoglou getting the sack, because it is not working out for him at the moment. Chelsea, on the other hand, I mean, Maresca was not on the bench. He was sitting. He was banned because he got the red card. And I'm going to say, I mean, Chelsea really did not look at, that good as well. As I said, most of the games are going to be like that when you come back from an international break. The players have been traveling. There is jet lag and whatnot. But credit to Chelsea, and they were the away side as well. So you need to take that into account as well. People can come and say whatever they want, but the players are human beings as well. They're coming back after playing so many games, traveling all over the world, and then they come and they are again traveling. The squad, the Chelsea, their starting lineup, let's be very honest, it was not up to the standard of Chelsea. A lot of, I think on paper it was quite an equal match. At some position, Forest had better players than Chelsea. But as I said, credit to Chelsea. The first half, as I said, first 15-20 minutes, it was quite boring, it was quite bland. And then when Forest started playing good football, Chelsea responded. They made sure they don't concede. And the second half, I mean, that Pedro Neto free kick, in my opinion, was very good, because if it had stayed 1-0, that is always troubling. But Neto scores that second goal, and it gives Chelsea some sort of protection. They have something to rely on. And then this defend really good when they were under a lot of pressure. Young defense, inexperienced defensive. Sanchez, again, I'm going to give a shout on. Often he gets criticized. Often he's one of the reasons why Chelsea end up scoring conceding goals. Sorry. So today he stepped up. He really stepped up. He was basically the senior guy apart from Reece James. He was the main guy at the back, and he really stood up. He made crucial saves, and he kept Chelsea in the game. He kept and made sure that it is 2-0. Because in my opinion, if Nottingham Forest score one of those goals, and then they have to score that equalizer, I think then the atmosphere in the stadium and the confidence of the players, Chelsea players and Forest players, both would have been quite different. But to make sure that they stay 2-0 and then and keep on defending, and that was really crucial. And of course, Reece James, captain, steps up and scores the goal, and it becomes a 3-0, and Chelsea get all important and crucial 3 points. They really needed that. As I said, if they really want to have some sort of a push for the title, then they need to start winning the games, because the start of the season has not been that good, if I'm being very honest. Again, another red card. It's 4 games in a row where Chelsea have gotten a red card. So this is something they really need to address, because it is becoming a habit. There was no need for Busavo to make that stupid tackle. I mean, you're 3-0 up. Why are you going ahead and tackling, especially when you are already on a yellow, especially when so many of players are out injured because of injury or because of suspension and whatnot, and you are going ahead and doing that. I mean, stupid tackle. And of course now he's out as well, and it's another problem added to Chelsea's defense. So it was quite stupid for him. But overall, I think it was an entertaining game of football. I think Chelsea would be very happy. Forest, they are in a big trouble at the moment, and Postecoglou needs to do something really quick, because it is we keep on saying winning is a habit, but losing is a habit as well, and it is sort of becoming like a habit for Forest now. They have not won in almost now a month and a half now, so it is becoming a problem. They really need to start winning, otherwise it could turn out to be a long season for Forest. Chelsea, big win, and it was an okay performance, but a massive 3 points for them. That's it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Chelsea's performance, Forest performance, and where do you stand with Postecoglou and Forest. Do you think he's gonna survive, or do you think he's gonna get the sack? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.